Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are here in the art gallery. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. 10 signs you've met someone from a past life. Past lives. Have you ever had that feeling? You meet someone and you're like, I think I know you. Wait a minute. I do know you. Where do I know you from? I think I know you. Where do I know you from? And it keeps going like that. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? So, someone wrote in asking if I could talk about past lives. How do we know we've met someone before? And I'm always fascinated about this topic. Grab a chair, or just stand up. Dr. Ian Stevenson. He was a psychiatrist, okay? In the University of Virginia Medical School, he worked there for 50 years, and he spent 40 years of his life studying past life experiences. He investigated over 3,000 children, cases where they recalled past life experiences. And what he found was mind-blowing because some of these children had unusual abilities, they had phobias, things they were afraid of, philias, abnormal loves for things, and this had no hereditary or environmental explanation. And he noted that some children were like, thank goodness I'm in this family. Some children were like, I don't want to be in this family because I know from a past life I wasn't in this family. Some children had birthmarks, and in their culture, someone had passed away with the same birthmark, okay? Some children started to talk about their past life experiences from the age of 2 to 4. Now, how do we know we've met someone from a past life? How do I know this? Because I meet people all the time and I'm like, we know each other. Like, where do we know each other from? Nobody knows, okay? The first sign is instant familiarity. If you meet someone and you feel instantly drawn to them, instantly connected, and you have no explanation, that's a sign you've met them from a past life. Now, in many cultures, reincarnation was common talk amongst people. They believed in reincarnation. You can go back to ancient Egypt. You can look at the Indus Valley. Even in scriptures, in many texts, you hear about reincarnation, that we are energy. Energy can't be destroyed. It can only be transferred. That means souls are constantly incarnating, and therefore we are living many lives. Slow motion inside. Instant familiarity, where you're hanging around someone and you're like, how long have I been hanging out with you? They're like 2 minutes, and you're like, no, more like 2 centuries. Feels like a lifetime, just 1 minute. You know them and you just met them because they've always been a part of you. The second sign that I saw along my journey was that, you see, it's all in the eyes. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul. If you look at someone, long enough, you'll be like, okay, I don't know you. Time to move on. But certain times we look at someone and it's almost as if we both take a picture. Eyes, take a picture. And you feel at one with them. You feel at peace with them. Many times we don't realize that we are meeting people along this journey. There are no accidents or coincidences. Everything is happening in divine order. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor, talked about how what we do now echoes on into eternity. The people we are meeting now, we have always known. And you start to realize this the more you ask yourself, how do I feel when I am staring at this person like this? The third sign is, do they bring a certain feeling out of you, an emotion, a whirlpool of emotion out of you in the most beautiful way? Or maybe not so beautiful way. But let's stick with beautiful way. I've been around people who I know I've been with them before in a past life. And it's because they bring so much out of me. That which was already within me. Many times we hang around people who we're like, okay, I need to start walking away right now. And certain times we're around certain people and they trigger us. They help us remind us who we are. So I always say connect with those who remind you who you are. If you are around people and all of a sudden they start helping you move back to the truth of who you are, or they allow you to express the truth of who you are, chances are you were dancing on the beach somewhere about 1,000 years ago. You feel comfortable around them. You don't have to try so hard. That's a sign. Fourth sign is that you can both observe silence. Like, many times, if you've been around someone for many lifetimes and they keep reappearing in the next lifetime and the next lifetime and the next lifetime, chances are both of you can really shut up, be quiet, and it feels fantastic. You can both observe the silence. You see, you can't do that with someone who's just like you're meeting in this lifetime. It feels really awkward. But someone you've known throughout the lifetimes, many incarnations, the silence speaks more than words. What? The silence speaks more than words. Slow motion this side. I've seen it along my journey. People who I know from past life, we could just be there. Total silence, and it's almost as if we are still talking. Because it's not about what you're saying. It's about the energy I'm feeling. And people feel each other in that silence. They feel a connection. They remember the connection. The fifth sign, you've met someone from a past life. What helped me along my journey is that it's when people get each other when it comes to food. 7-Day Vegan Challenge. They understand why you eat what you eat. They get it. That you've got a very weird food routine because they know that's what you were like in the last lifetime, for goodness sakes. Okay? Like, I've met a lot of vegans, people eating a plant-based diet, but these people I know from a past life because I know they were very health conscious about what they were putting into their bodies, also aware of animals. And it's no accident, no coincidence that both of us are living a plant-based lifestyle. So if you are meeting people who are sharing a similar food journey to you, realizing that food, what you are eating, is a level of consciousness, then that's how to know you've met someone from a past life. Both of you share the same food values, meaning both of you probably would have been around each other a lot from a past life and eating together, stuffing a whole load of apricots in your mouth and a whole load of grapes. Number 6 is that time just flies. 1 minute feels like, oh my gosh, 1 second, right? 10 minutes feels like 1 minute. 1 hour feels like 1 minute. 1 day feels like 1 second. Gosh, time flies, right? Yes, it does. When you are having fun around someone you've met from a past life. Because there is no time. Time ceases to exist. I realize this because when I hang around certain people I've known from a past life, time fades away. When you're around someone who you've just met in this current reality, time goes really slow. So sorry. Almost like when you're at work, right? When you are around a kindred spirit, soul family, there is no time. And that's why when you are around them, it's almost as if you can't get enough. You might have spent the whole day with them, and it just feels like a few seconds. That's a sign you've met them from a past life. What's number 7? Now, when we talk of past lives, many of us, we have vivid memories. That's right. Vivid recollections and memories, and sometimes even going back to distant lands with these people. I had a past life regression where I saw myself in ancient Egypt saying, "Can I get a hello there?" on top of the pyramids. And it felt fantastic. With you, many people have memories of being with that person. Sometimes in the form of dreams, prophetic dreams, sometimes through a meditation. But they have a memory which didn't go anywhere, that they've known this person from a past life. Now, why is it important for me to talk about past lives? Because it's helped me become my greatest version. Every single day, I am waking up in abundance because I know who I am. I know my purpose. I know my mission. And I know other people, certain people who were also with me in a past life. We can remind each other of our greatness. Slow motion this side. Okay. What is the 8th sign you've met someone from a past life? Now, many times it starts like this. You don't have to constantly explain yourself. Like, I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that. No, forget about it. They just know who you are. They can feel your energy. Many times we always have to impress people in this society. To know you've met someone from a past life, you don't have to impress them. They feel your energy. They know what you're about even before you open your mouth, because they were with you. And I've seen that along my journey. If I've if I'm hanging around someone for a long time, and we don't need to explain each other. We don't need to explain to each other. We don't need to start convincing each other of anything. It just flows in a beautiful way. That's a sign you met them from a past life. Most people don't believe enough. And I didn't for a long time until I realized I've met certain people where we just get each other. And it goes on to number 9. The conversation never runs dry. If you are around someone where it's not going anywhere, it's kind of stale, chances are you're just meeting them in this current incarnation. If you are around someone where you can just talk for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours and hours, a long time, then it means that you know them pretty well. See, many of us in this society, we have amnesia. We have forgotten who we are. And if you can talk to someone, have deep, meaningful conversations without feeling afraid, without having a filter on, chances are you know them from somewhere. You know them from somewhere, okay? And what is the 10th sign you've met someone from a past life? Both of you are working on the same mission right now at the same time. What? Say it again, Ralph. At the same time. Okay? Now, you may not be doing exactly the same thing, but very similar things. Okay? I've met people who are helping people become their greatest versions. And I know that we were both doing this before in a past life. You have a similar interest, both of you. Because many times, let's just say you're married to someone right now and you're working together. And then in the next lifetime, you come back and then you meet them. And both of you will still have a very, very, very similar kind of interest. And both of you will still be working together. You just don't know it. You're both working for the same thing in a different way. And that's how to know you've met someone from a past life. See where their mind is. See what they are doing every single day. What is their career like? What is their work like? What are their values like? What are their aspirations like? And then that's how to know if you've met them from a past life. Does it seem familiar? Yay or nay? And then you just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? And there you have it. Past lives. Great question, by the way. I love diving into past lives. Have a beautiful day. We're just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You.